Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Law Chats with John and Amy. I'm John Yulian.
And I'm Amy Poliafco. This week's question is, why is January called Divorce Month? So, John, why do you think amongst divorce circles it's called Divorce Month?
I'll start with this. In our practice, we don't notice this dramatic change where suddenly, there's this, massive influx of divorces only in January from all other months. But the perception and the statistics seem to show that January has a higher rate of divorce filings than other months. And I think part of that is obviously related to the holidays being Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, it could be New Year's. But I think if it's a couple and there are children involved, I don't think parents want to be having a divorce during those holidays so that a child is remembering, oh, Thanksgiving. My memory is always that's when my parents, announced to us they were getting divorced, or Christmas and Hanukkah. That's what they remember for the rest of their life associated with those holidays. That, oh, that's the time mom or dad announced they were getting divorced. So usually those months, people can get by and into January where finally someone decides enough is enough and I'm going to get started with the divorce. Amy, maybe you can talk about that a little bit more and sort of expand on that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think just in general in our practice, we have months, like June and July tend to be slower times of filing. September's busier, January's busier, but January's not dramatically busier, but there is a lull from Thanksgiving to December in which I think that everyone's really incredibly busy and they don't have time to come into our office. And then when we do see them in January, there is a collective, I'm never spending another holiday with my in-laws, or my spouse didn't pick up a single thing, didn't clean a thing, didn't cook a thing, didn't buy a present for our kids, didn't buy a present for me, or any of that. So I think that there's a lot of family togetherness in that 6-week period before January 1st, in which if you weren't in a great place before, it can kind of exacerbate the problems in your marriage. So, yes, there is a lot of January 1st. I'm resolving to be happy this year. I'm not doing that again. And I need to move forward. Um,
Right. So it's interesting because a lot of family togetherness with a lot of families is not always a positive thing.
that is true.
Yes.
Can I just go on record and say my in-laws are amazing and that it was not a problem in my family?
Yeah. Yes. Let me guess. They're going to be watching
Yeah,
this
yeah,
video and you
100%,
need to be,
100%, yes.
yes.
And then another reason that some people speculate, there's like all sorts of news articles that say people file more in January because of tax implications, with the goal of being divorced by the end of the year, which determines whether or not you can file your taxes jointly or individually. Again, I have never had a case where someone's main concern is whether they're filing joint or separate tax returns about when they are filing. There are many reasons where people decide to file at a certain time of the year, or I want to wait till this event happens, or till my kids do this, or whatever, or it needs to be right away. But I mean, have you ever had someone say like, no, I need to wait, or I want to file now because of taxes?
No.
The journalists seem to think that is a thing,
Yeah.
but I haven't experienced that in practice either.
Right. Um, Anything else that stands out, Amy? Or I
No,
think
I
that
just
pretty
think
much
let's
sums
wish
it up.
all of our listeners or viewers happy holidays and a safe new year. And we will be here in January if anyone decides they want to make the divorce month a thing for them. But otherwise, we will see you in 2024.
Happy holidays, everybody, and good health. And we'll see everybody in 2024.
If you have a question or comment, feel free to email us at info@yulianlaw.com. Remember that Law Chats with John and Amy is intended as a general reference and considered general advertising, and listeners should check for changes to any applicable laws and consult with an attorney on any legal issue. The information provided does not constitute legal advice, and any thoughts or commentary by the podcasting lawyers is provided as a service to the community and does not constitute solicitation of legal advice. The lawyers in the law firm of Yulian & Associates PC make no warranties and disclaim all liabilities for damages resulting from its use. Nothing provided in the podcast should be considered a substitute for advice from counsel. No attorney-client relationship is formed by listening or participating in this podcast, and in the event that the podcast receives emails about the subject matter, no attorney-client relationship is created via the email communication.